So this presentation is titled Winning the Mind Game in Ice Hockey. I'm going to go over arousal control for optimal performance. If this is something that is new to you or you've never been exposed to, then it's going to touch on it and kind of introduce you to the concept. And as an athlete, it's something that you want to be aware of. You need to be aware of this. The younger, the sooner, the better, so you can find that optimal range. For peak performance. And then as a coach, it can help you kind of find that range for each of your athletes as you prepare them for any competition or even for workouts or in season, out of season, preseason. I mean, it's good for any one of those purposes. So this is in the category of hockey toughness, and according to Dr. Saul Miller in his book Hockey Tough, the 3 basics to winning the mind game in ice hockey. And if you don't have this book by Dr. Miller, it's something that you need to have in your library. The book Hockey Tough. Another one you should add is Mind Gym by Dr. Gary Mack. Those two are very easy reads. There's a lot of key components to getting mentally tough, mentally ready and prepared, and how to deal with some situations that you're gonna arise as a hockey player, both on and off the ice. So both those books, good reads. Again, if you're a player, if you're a coach, even a parent, that's something that you need to read through just to get a better understanding of what's going on. So getting back to Dr. Miller's 3 keys here, 3 basics to winning the mind game. One is right focus. It's plain and simple. It's staying focused, staying tuned in and knowing what you got to do, what needs to be done, what your role is, what it is you want to accomplish while you're on the ice, whether it's during your shift, during the game, and staying focused on that. And don't letting anything really interfere with that. Staying focused on what you're supposed to do and what your goal is. The right feeling, it means maintaining feelings that play your best. Whether if you're an energy guy, then that means you get your energy up and you play that role. If you're a guy that needs to stay calm and relaxed and centered and control, the players look to you as kind of a leader. Then you need to get your feelings and your emotions in check. So it's really more of an emotional aspect. It doesn't mean don't get distracted by fear, anger, or pressure. You don't let a bad penalty or a bad call or a bad a hit, someone's getting away with slashing you and repeatedly or doing certain things. Don't let it get under your skin. First of all, it'll take away your focus. Secondly, it can also affect your feelings or your emotion. And then now your emotions out of check, and consequently you could do something. You could make a bad play, forget an assignment, make a mistake, or take a bad penalty. So keep your emotions in check. Right attitude, number 3. Winning attitude, requires motivation, commitment, confidence, and a love of the game. You need all those to persevere and excel. So get your attitude right, get your emotions in check, and keep your focus where it needs to be. Very important for hockey toughness. Mental toughness. So now in another book, The Way of the Seal by Mark Devine. Another book that I'd recommend reading. More general, not as specific to hockey or athletics as the Mind Gym is. But this is also a good book. Quick read, good read. Can apply some of the lessons he has in there. He says there are big 4 areas of mental toughness. He talks about arousal control, attention control, effective goal setting, and visualization. So arousal control involves kind of the emotional side of it. Attention control is your focus. Effective goal setting, again, it's setting your goals to allow you to focus on. And visualization is another key component that you visualize and see yourself accomplishing something, and then that can kind of help with the goal setting, the focus, and even the attitude. So they kind of all work together. He also talks about there are certain things needed, certain skills needed to forge mental toughness. One being controlling your response, control your attention, develop emotional resilience. Again, going back to setting effective goals and powerful visualization. So controlling your response is very, again, that goes back to the emotional side that Dr. Saul Miller was talking about. How do you react to a bad penalty or something is not going your way, or a sloppy goal, something happens. How do you control your response and attention and resilience with your emotions to kind of bounce back and stay focused on the task at hand? That's part of being mentally tough. You got to train yourself to do that. So moving on, we're looking at arousal and emotional control. Let's see if I can find my mouse here. So we got performance on this side, emotional arousal on this side, and then this is your performance line. Okay, notice right here is maximum performance. This is poor performance, and this is also poor performance. So what it's saying is that we all have an optimal arousal level, okay, emotionally arousal level that provides peak performance. So if we're one of those players that gets amped up pretty good, and we need to get really amped up before a game, whether it's music, teamwork, teammates, whatever, we're sitting there and we're getting the right mindset to get our emotions where they need to be, so that we can perform maximally. Then we start going. There's that optimal level that if we get too amped up, then it starts to have a negative effect. We need to be here, and we get really, really, really amped up and jacked up before a game. We get too jacked up, then we can end up having extremely poor performance. Or if we need to be here and we're not getting amped up enough, then we could have poor performance on this side as well. So this is good performance, obviously. This is all poor down through here. The goal is to find that optimal level, and it's different, for everybody. So find what it is. You need to be one of those guys that's a little cooler, or you need to be a lot more pumped up before you go out and perform. That's something that again, this is just a basic. They call it the inverted U theory for arousal and performance. And notice there is a relationship between your optimal emotional arousal and your maximum performance. And this is just another way of looking at the same thing, but showing us that it is specific to an athlete. So athlete A, which could be you, this could be one of your teammates. Notice that your levels, your maximum performance level for arousal in relation to your maximum performance are different. You two are different. So it's as a coach, I look at this and say, hey, no two athletes are going to be exactly the same. I got to make sure that they're all getting prepared and motivated and ready to go for a performance or for a workout or whatever it is. But help them find that optimal level. Otherwise, again, you get overstimulated, over aroused as far as your emotions go, and then you end up poor performance. And this isn't just for pregame. This is even in how you react emotionally to something that isn't going your way. Like I said, a bad penalty. If you can keep if you know that I'm motivated a little bit by anger. So maybe I'm this guy. I need to have a little more arousal going. So I don't mind that. I don't mind someone chirping a little bit, beaking me, and saying some things. That's fine, but if I'm this guy, that might push me over the edge if I can't control my emotions, and I'm going to start performing poorly. So it is athlete specific. Okay, keep that in mind. And on top of that, it is also task specific. Okay, this is the Yerkes-Dodson law. It's saying that, obviously, that if a task is complex, requiring fine motor skill, the optimal level of arousal is low. So golf, certain hockey positions. If you're an extremely skilled player, you might be one of these guys that's in this area, or male or female is in this area. You don't want a ton of emotional arousal for you to perform your best. Where when you're in the gym, you want a lot more if you're going to be tossing some weight around. It's a gross motor skill. Optimal level of arousal should be higher. So it not only is the emotional control and the arousal for optimal performance, not only is it athlete or individual specific, but is also task specific. So keep that in mind. And that kind of wraps it up. So if you have any questions, again, that was just a brief overview of the inverted U hypothesis or theory, or went into a little bit of hockey mental toughness, and went into the individual and task-specific emotional control for optimal performance. Okay, so if you want to follow me, I highly recommend getting social to stay current. If you want to message me, you can find me on Twitter, Coach Hoy. Facebook, this is me on Facebook. They couldn't just give me some simple name, so it's jeremy.s.hoy.1. So that's me. If you want to send me a message, or you want to see what I'm posting, usually some information or free videos, or want to check out the website where I got a bunch of free articles and ways to kind of get in the loop with the newsletter, and stay updated on some of the products that we're putting out. So you can go to the website, finishfirstsports.com. Yeah, thank you for your time. And again, any questions, feel free to message me any one of these ways. I do prefer, lately I've been answering Twitter a lot more, or on the website there's a contact form. You can send me a message there, and I'll get back to you as well. Okay, thanks a lot.